All right, it's the segment you've been waiting for. It's What's Hot.
We talk about stories that have everybody talking, and we are joined by Susie Falk from the Falk Group, plus Jeff Wagner is back again. And our first hot topic is about a homecoming queen who was not allowed to walk across the stage at her graduation. Now, it's because she was late for graduation rehearsal. Her excuse? Well, she said she had to take her sister to an award ceremony because her mom had to work. And now she sat in the audience as her name was being called, and a teacher came down from the stage and handed her diploma. This is the one experience you cannot get a do-over. I feel for her.
What were they thinking?
Well, it's not like she was smoking marijuana in the girls' room. I mean, I don't know. I think the school's being way too harsh on her. And there's a protest that has happened, and I hope that the school will change their ways and accept that she made a mistake, you know?
Well, this is what drives me crazy about this whole rules or rules mentality that's out there. I mean, look, I understand you have to have rules or else you have chaos. I get it. And I mean, I don't know if she was legitimately taking her little sister to whatever. That doesn't matter. You guys are right. Okay, you spent 4 years trying to go through high school. Look at all the people that end up dropping out of high school or have all sorts of problems. The gal was graduating. She shows up a few minutes late for the thing about walking across the stage. In the big picture, who cares? Let her get her diploma, and don't embarrass her like this. They go ahead and they read her name, and then the teacher walks down and gives it to her. Oh, come on.
Not to mention the fact that we're talking about walking across the stage. I mean, how hard could it be to hear your name, go to your principal, receive your diploma, go back to your seat? I mean, really, did we need to be at rehearsal? I just told you what to do.
Well, they had very strict rules, I guess, and she broke the rules.
Okay, but that raised an interesting point. Now, I'm farther away from high school graduation than, like, say, you are, Susie, but I swear I don't even remember like a practice. I mean,
I do.
My son just graduated from college, and I was like, what about rehearsal? He's like, just show up, give them your name, and they'll call it.
By the way, Charles, a shout out to your son. Congratulations.
Way to go, Ben Benson.
Right? And then he got a job 3 days later in New York.
He's
Good
employed.
for you, Charles. You did.
And a shout out to Dad.
You did right?
Thank you.
My philosophy on graduation was just show up, sober is a plus, and then go from there.
We are talking about high school, Jeff. Well, coming up next, one small town is taking on... Well, now, more hot topics.
Again, we're joined by Susie Falk from the Falk Group and Jeff Wagner of News Radio 620 WTMJ. Well, let's talk about the next topic here. Discovery of a secret man cave in an Environmental Protection Agency warehouse. There were secret rooms full of exercise equipment, TVs, and couches. Contractors used boxes to hide the rooms from security cameras. Now, how do I know these were man caves? I mean, they could have been women caves.
Are you following this one, Jeff? I'll let you go first.
Does it make any difference? I mean, it's sort of like, okay, we're laying off air traffic controllers because we don't have any money. We've got all these sequester problems. People say, you know, you can't hire enough air traffic controllers to come to do the EA fly-in, but we've got money to build man caves or gal caves or whatever in federal buildings.
Well, I don't think the taxpayers knew about this. I think they were being resourceful, you know, and probably there's a lot of downtime on these jobs. And I actually don't have a problem with it, except that I guess the facilities weren't in the best shape and there was mold and there were problem areas. So shame on them, or maybe they could have been resting and relaxing a little less. But, you know, they were being resourceful and creative.
They might not have been environmentally sound at the EPA?
I don't think so. It was a contractor, it wasn't the
Whatever
EPA.
happened to just do your job and then go home? I mean, where did we lose that?
Don't you got a man cave over there? 620 WTMJ?
Yeah, and people should see our break room here in the building, you know, like the two folding chairs out by the vending machines.
You break rooms, in agencies, you have rooms like that to inspire creativity, but for a warehouse, for the EPA, I don't know that they need to be inspired so much creatively. But
take a look at our break room someday, Susie.
Just don't bring up your man cave at home.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's look at our final hot topic. You're going to like this one. Now, dog owners who don't pick up after their pooches. There's a small town in Spain that is taking action in keeping its dog parks clean. When a dog poops, the owner doesn't clean up behind it, right? So the town has volunteers that strike up conversations with the dog owner to get the dog's name. They then use the name to cross-check it with the town's pet ID database. And voila, there is a box of poop sent home to them. Ouch.
I kind of like it.
Is this sanitary?
Well, that's true. Yeah. Can you really, you know, don't you, when you go to the mail office, they ask you, is any of this like, you know, liquids or dangerous or explosive or poop? No, they don't
No.
ask that question.
It's working, though.
Apparently.
Read on.
Yes.
The article shows that it was 70% reduction in the number of leave behinds at the dog park. I mean,
I wonder,
it's
do they
working.
have, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm just wondering, do they have different sizes for the different breeds of dogs? I mean, and then do you get the point? And who may
You
have
mean if
been
that giant
a offender
Federal
twice?
Express package shows up at
Right.
the doorstep there? Well, you know, all right, you probably couldn't legally do this in this country because you can't send that stuff through the mail. But at the same time, you know, it is simple. For everybody who's ever walked out to get the newspaper in the morning and found like the neighbor's dog has like left something behind, you understand how there might be some satisfaction in this.
Susie, are you a pet owner?
I am, and
Okay.
you know, we take our little pooches up to the Mequon Dog Park, and they're very serious people about cleaning up after their dogs. But we all do it together, and so you know, if somebody isn't quite as strict, we do give them kind of the scowl and the look, and they learn very quickly to pick up after their little pooches. So.
And I like that the company that helped this little town in Spain do this apparently did not charge them because they thought this was a novel idea.
Seems to
it
be
is.
working.
They're getting good press.
All right, well, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.